wow, there's just so many great options on streaming services for Christmas movies. I don't know which one to watch. I mean,
yeah.
Casper's Haunted Christmas and Mandy's Forgotten Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Wait, what's that one?
Marvista Entertainment presents Elizabeth Harnois, Adam Mayfield, Lola Glaudini, Jonathan Bennett, and Elizabeth Rome.
I remember watching A Christmas Kiss 1 last year and really liking it. So I bet A Christmas Kiss 2 is just as good.
That makes a lot of sense. Let's watch A Christmas Kiss 2. Well, what'd you think about that ad?
That was probably the longest commercial I've ever watched in my life.
I would agree.
It is, the entire movie is basically a commercial, which you don't find out until the last 7 or 8 minutes.
Here's the spoiler alert.
Oh, don't tell me what it's for.
Really?
I feel like...
You feel like that's one of the best moments in the film?
If someone's gonna subject themselves to this movie, I wouldn't want to spoil this aspect of it.
So wait, you're saying you didn't enjoy this as much as Christmas Kiss 1 then?
To be honest, I don't remember a single thing about A Christmas Kiss 1.
They get stuck in an elevator. And they kiss.
Years from now, when I am suffering from dementia and drooling in my jello, I will be thinking about that kiss.
And so then it's the 2 months afterwards of them falling in love as she tries to prove to her boss that she can do great work because she's creative. They throw a big Christmas party that she designs and the guy loves it, and so they fall in love and they watch Muppet Christmas Carol.
Do they?
They do. In this one, they're in an elevator, it breaks down, they kiss. She's gonna do the big project and she has to design a Christmas party, and that's when they fall in love. It's like a remake.
This is basically version 2. It's not A Christmas Kiss 2, it's A Christmas Kiss version 2.
I perused back issues of Trin and checked out some of the archives on the website.
It's very conscientious of you.
Not really, I was just looking for photos of you.
Can we keep it professional?
The main male character, the main love interest, is really...
He's a bad guy.
He's crossing all sorts of lines throughout the whole movie. He's like, if you want an example of how not to behave in the workplace,
I'm still very interested.
All right, listen. You are going to have to show some respect if we're going to be working together. I'm not going to be one of your scores.
No. You are definitely not a score.
This movie has him constantly walking around with his shirt off, despite the fact that
you can see him sucking in his gut the whole time.
Sucking in. There's a part where he kind of lets it go for a second and then sucks it back in.
Yeah.
His only traits are that he's sleazy and he has a lot of money and looks good from here up. And she has no personality outside of she's kind of creative. And that's it.
Who's the designer? Me, actually. I didn't know that you had any interest in designing.
I do. Very much so.
Don't get me wrong, I love my job here, but it's my passion.
I don't want to knock the lead actress, because I'm sure that outside of this movie she's very beautiful. But her makeup was terrible. Her hair half the time was just all over the place. The costume decisions were very poor most of the time.
Well, you seem to have romance mastered.
One time, the only time that I was ever a romantic or even felt romantic was 12 hours ago in an elevator.
What'd you think of the neighbor guy? This guy keeps coming in and he's really strange in the way that he's directed as well. Like he keeps doing this weird thing where he's stepping over the couch.
Yeah, he has a couple of weird quirks like that.
But the other thing he always does is he goes, "Don't lump me in with the other guys."
He says that like 4 times.
No, don't lump me in with you guys.
The way that men talk in this film, Fabrizio, my friend!
Yeah, my man.
My main man. Poop. Poop.
Here are some of the things that I took note of during Christmas Kiss 2.
Oh boy.
There's some really great lines in this film. I hate these lids. Remember that?
This movie has a bunch of moments like that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they're in the scene, and it's the scene, and they're doing the story stuff, and then all of a sudden something completely random happens, and then they address it in some way, and immediately cut out of the scene. Like, I hate these lids.
Here, I'm texting you his address. Great. Thanks. I hate these lids.
Did you tell him it was a kiss like no other?
You told him about the elevator.
Yeah. I mean, he's my boyfriend. I tell him everything.
Wow. Did you tell him it was a kiss like no other?
Yeah, I imagine there were a lot of takes where it was like, did you tell him it was a kiss like no other?
Did you tell him it was a kiss like no other? Close, but no. I can just imagine them going back and forth over getting this line exactly right. And it's so good that they did, because the way it is in the movie just completely works. So how many candy canes out of 100 candy canes would you give this movie?
47. It's certainly not good. It's an ad, which was, I don't know if that took away from the enjoyment of it or not.
That's another bad thing about the movie. Do you, at the end of this movie, do you want to buy that product?
Not unless the circumstances of the film happen to me.
But do you want that to happen to you? I mean, does anything about this movie sell you on that iteration of
I don't
that
want to
product?
be any of the people in this story. But what about you? How many candy canes would Haycraft give A Christmas Kiss to?
I would give it probably like 10 candy canes out of 100, because
Really?
it really doesn't do anything right. Everything about this movie is wrong. It actually technically was a movie for a period of time. So it gets a few candy canes, but everything else about the movie is just wrong.
When I'm not with you, you're all I think about. And when I am with you, all I can think about is how lucky I am to be with you.
Did the first, I'm like blanking out on the first like couple minutes, but does it begin with you seeing close-ups of the object that later are in the ad?
It does.
It does, doesn't it?
It totally did.
Yeah. It was
Wow, that's sleazy. That's so lame.
setting up the twist.
Totally right. God, I hate that.